W dad. My dad is kind of a goat. Like I don't mean to bombard you with like family stories, but the one that I always find really, really cute, and my chat knows this, was when my parents were dating.
Yeah.
My mom is the one that's like, oh, if we're not married, I can keep dating whoever I want. I'm just testing the playing field. And I was like, mother, like she's the one that's like, no premarital sex, no premarital, like babies will give you cancer. She didn't say that, but you know, she's trying to scare me out of like teen pregnancy and all that stuff, right? And then when I started dating, she was like, oh, just one? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, you're not gonna at least try 2 or 3? Like time is of the essence. And I'm like, mother.
Stop. Damn, you chose fast, eh? Damn, what the hell?
I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, when I date at least 3 or 4 at the same time. Because
oh my God.
How are you supposed to compare?
Oh my God.
Like, how do you know who's good if you can't have like a live comparison day by day? And I was like, you wanted me to not have a teenage pregnancy and date when I was like a kid, and then this is what you tell me, and now that I've started dating, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So that's my mom. And then she meets my dad. It was like a blind date kind of a thing that got set up.
Yeah.
My mom was like, fine, I'll fucking check out who he is, right?
Yeah.
Because my apparently both sides really gassed up my dad. They're like, oh, he's a great guy, he's a good job, everything. And then they meet, and my mom was like, skinny, lanky little bitch ass. Like, but she did not like him because my dad was like too skinny for his suit, and like big old glasses from like the 80s or the 90s.
Yeah.
And then like just really nerdy, really shy. My mom was like, the fuck, like not good enough for me, right?
Yeah.
Also because she grew up in a different environment,
right,
she feels a bit more entitled to options and stuff.
Right.
And then my dad was just like, oh, she's a nice woman, whatever, right? And then my mom was like, they were dating a little bit, and then my mom, I think, was still kind of on the fence, but slightly leaning towards my dad.
Right.
What sealed the deal, okay? What my dad was, one day, my grandpa from my mom's side had some bicycle problems. Back in the day, everyone has a bicycle. And she was telling my dad about it, and my dad was like, oh, I can fix it. I can take a look. She was like, what the hell does that mean, right? Like, you're a bicycle mechanist, and mechanist? He was like, no, but I can take a look. Mechanist?
Close enough.
I tried, okay? And then he was like, I'll take a look. And she was like, okay. And then I don't think this was necessarily the first time he met my grandparents, but things weren't finalized. So he looked at one look at my grandpa's bicycle.
Yeah.
He was like in a nice suit and everything, got down, got dirty, and fixed my grandpa's bicycle in like 10 minutes. And he was like changing the chains and doing everything. And my grandpa was like, yeah. And then my mom was like, yeah. Okay. My grandpa was like, now that's a man. And my mom was like, you're right, that's my man now. And that's what, I think that was the thing that my mom remembered in her core memory, was like, I'm not gonna date any more guys now. I'm gonna not settle, but I'm gonna stop. I'm going to really see where this goes.
Yeah.
I might marry the guy, but I'm not interested in looking at anyone else.
Damn.
He made my mom from a polygamist to a monogamist. This is not making my mom look good. She's not a polygamist. She never like sleeps with any of the guys she dates. Okay, she's very serious.
She just
about
kept
dating.
her options open, you know?
Exactly. It's always like many first dates and second dates. Nothing too serious though. So that's what sealed the deal for my parents. I think.
Reminds me of how how I found out like my parents, I guess, how they met and their dating history, I guess. Because I didn't know this because like my entire life, right? And my mum's let me be like very free with like who I end up with and who I date, but also sometimes she has like a mum way of being like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if you ended up with a nice Thai girl, you know, a nice Thai girl, you know, wouldn't that be nice? But you can end up with whomever you want, right? And she's always been open and never judgmental or anything. But you know, especially when I was growing up, I could definitely tell maybe she had like a subconscious preference there. So obviously, I start dating Sydney, and my mum obviously my mom's like fine with that and everything. But then I get to my dad, and so like I'm asking so when my dad reacts to it, I'm like, yo dad, is it cool that, obviously I know it's cool, but you know.
Ask for permission, you know,
Yeah,
make sure
asking
everyone's
for
on the same
permission,
page.
you know,
Yeah.
it's cool.
It's important.
I'm not ending up with an Asian girl or anything, it's cool. And my dad, I learned like my dad law, which is, I didn't know this, but my dad just turns to me and goes, son, your mum's the only Thai girl I've ever dated.
Oh my God, okay.
And I'm like, wait,
Garnt dad,
what?
okay,
What?
yeah.
I'm like, wait, I didn't know this. And then he's like, yeah, have you not seen like my old family photos? And so like, I
Multicultural family.
and so I open up, and my dad has like the most insane dad law where he grew up like Bumpur, and like this in like the countryside of Thailand, and he somehow found his way to like hitchhike and kind of like hustle his way to like travel around the world.
Okay.
And I open up his photo album, and all I see is like my dad in Russia, my dad in South America, my dad's in Europe. I'm like,
Oh my God, he's
I'm
a
like-
globetrotter.
and I'm like, Dad, you're with a different white girl every time. What's up with that? and then I realize, shit. Did I just follow my bloodline? did I just subconsciously follow my bloodline?
It was meant to be. At
Oh
the
my
very
God!
end.
Yeah, because apparently what happened, I found out. So, like, I almost wasn't even born because what happened was my dad was meant to actually only be in England for a very, very short time. He was only meant to be in England for, I think, 3 months. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to move to Canada afterwards.
Oh, Canada. Okay.
Yeah. So, what made him stop was he was at a restaurant, and then he saw my mum.
Oh, okay. One look was all your mom needed to do.
Yeah, apparently he was like, wow, this is the first Thai girl that I'm actually interested in. What the hell?
Yo, that's a Thai lady. He's like,
Yeah. I'm like, hey, yo,
Thai.
what? And apparently, on the first meeting or something, my mum is the waitress at this Thai restaurant, and she serves him food, and she's like getting the bill, and my dad hands her a note. And I was thinking, hearing the story, I was like, okay, well, my dad asked for like your number or something like that. And apparently the note said, I love you.
Yo,
I'm like, yo, Dad, what? What, Dad?
I gotta go. I gotta make this work.
What?
What the hell?
And apparently my mom was shocked.
Yeah, I bet. I
Yeah,
bet.
my mom was shocked. It's that easy. I mean, it wasn't that easy. Before she was like, thank you. Thank you. And I don't know how this worked because apparently afterwards, my dad would wait outside the restaurant. This sounds like really stalkerish now that I'm saying it out loud. But I would wait outside the restaurant, wait for my mum to get off her shift, and my dad would say, I love you, and then just go, and then just move on.
Oh my God. She's such a romantic.
And then eventually, I guess it kind of just, my mum was just like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a chance. Why not?
Yeah.
Rest was history.
Wow. Oh my. Guys, write
Yeah.
this down. Write this down, okay? You're gonna meet a pretty lady somewhere.
I'm like, and I hear this story, and I'm like, ain't no way this fucking work. Dad, you try this in 2025, you will get a restraining order, and you will get arrested.
Times were different in the 1980s, I suppose, 1990s.
Damn.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But hey,
It worked, man. It worked. Tenacity. I think
tenacity.
that's what women looks for.
Yeah.
They ignore the stalkerish part of it. They just go like, now that guy wants me and he knows how to
That
get
guy,
it.
that guy.
He doesn't give up, you know? That's the type of guy that they're looking for, you know, a man with tenacity.
Man knows what he wants.
Yeah.
You know, chat, you know, maybe I'm just missing like the confidence in how he said it, you know. Maybe it's all confidence, I don't know.
Chat was like, no mobile phone equals to no calling the police. Your dad dodged a bullet on that one, bro. 2025, they'll be like, hello, police? Kiss us. It's okay. Giri knows she's a stalker. I'm not a stalker, okay? I just like to look at my crushes from afar because I'm too shy to go up to them, okay? It's not like I was allowed to date, so I was like...
That's just normal gal stuff,
Yeah.
right?
I told Chat that I like to go to the library that my crush goes to. This is back in high school.
Yeah.
That my crush goes to. And I don't want to, like, actually do anything about it because, like, I don't know if that's a good guy. It's just a crush. Let that feeling simmer a little bit. But I do like to, like, see what he's up to. So I go to the library he likes to go to, and then I would pretend to, like, I would get all dressed up, hoping that he would I would get his attention. But I also don't want him to say anything. It's just all mental in the inside. So I would dress all pretty, and I would, like, be, like, looking in the book, and I'll be like, oh, okay. And then I just kind of see what he's doing with his friends, and I would just stand the whole damn time, like, oh.
Did you get any reading done?
I wasn't reading a goddamn word. The book could have been upside down. I had no idea. I was just like, oh, he's talking he's into games, okay. Or like, he's studying for a math test, okay. And I'm reading a book about dolphins or something. It's just like, yeah, I used to do that, where I would look at them from afar and learn their like kind of like habits. Do they bite their lips? Do they, you know, scratch their head or whatever. I just like to look, okay? I like to look and I like to observe from far away because I'm too shy to actually do anything about it. Also, what if he's a bad guy, you know? My mom always instilled, like, if you're gonna date, do it seriously. It's okay if they don't work out, but you should still take it very seriously.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna just fucking fall in love with the chode. I'm gonna let this crush, like, simmer, enjoy the feeling. But I don't want nothing to happen, you know? I'll wait until I'm ready. Okay.